In this video, there are top 3 upgrades for any vehicle for the essentials to get sound quality. And in this vehicle, I want to show you all 3. And stick around for the last one, because you don't even need a car. And starting off with number 1, my personal favorite, Deadner. So adding Deadner will not only make a difference to your audio, it'll also give you a better driving experience by killing road noise, keeping inside temps in, outside temps out, and making any car feel more luxurious and more than just sound quality. Don't just take my word for it. Let's take a look at the DMRT8, aka a digital real-time analyzer. Factory speaker, no Deadner. Aftermarket speaker, no Deadner. Aftermarket speaker with Deadner. And that is a huge improvement. You can physically see the information we gain just by adding Deadner to the speaker. And to tell you how well this works, just look at my last 3 vehicles. I've added Deadner to each and every one of them. And yes, I did drive a 99 Volkswagen Beetle manual diesel rolling coal. Deadner helped block out all those unwanted noises and enhance the noises that I wanted. And when my next car comes, you can guarantee that's going to be the absolute first thing I do is throw that Deadner in that car. Now hold up, don't just jump on Amazon and start looking for Deadner. You're going to have to realize that there are certain types of Deadner and multiple different purposes and what they're used for. So click the link in the description below to read more about Deadner, the different types, the different purposes, and learn all about it and see what works best for you in your application and where you're going to put the Deadner. For me, my tried and true is what you saw earlier in the video. So that wraps up the first upgrade. Let's go to the second upgrade. And now, my light shut off, but for number 2, drum roll please, speakers. Alright, now this one is a given, but we do need to go in a little bit more detail. So by simply just swapping out the speakers, something that's aftermarket, you're getting better overall quality. You're not getting more volume. If you're looking for more volume, you're going to need an amplifier. And before it's mentioned, yes, you can put a very efficient speaker in your car, and that'll make it louder and get you more volume, but the quality will drop astronomically and we will actually be backpedaling at that point. If I'm putting 93 octane in my car, but I have a tune for 87, in all reality, I'm doing more harm than good. So how do you begin to change your speakers? Do we look at the coaxials? Do we look at the components? Or the 3-ways? Do we start with the fronts or do we start with the rears? All of this depends on the year, make, model of the vehicle that we are working with. In the description below are a couple links, and you're going to find those very helpful to identify the sizes of our speakers in our car, how many we have, and help you identify if you got a factory amp in your vehicle. We can make a plan of attack to figure out what speakers we're going to wind up putting in our vehicle. If you want to learn more about the finite ins and outs of choosing speakers, please comment down below and we'll make another video for you guys. Other than that, let's hop on to the next question that we need to ask before we can truly decide what speakers to put in our vehicle. So once we've figured out all of that, we need to take a moment and truly look inside ourselves and figure out what kind of listener are we. I'm not a good listener. Just ask my wife.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
But that's not the type of listening I'm talking about. I'm talking about, are we an SQ listener, SQL listener, or an SPL listener? Are you going to be getting loud and that's all you care about? Do you like a little bit of loud and a little bit of quality, aka the daily listener? Or do you like the guilty pleasure of listening to Mariah Carey sitting behind your tinted windows? So now we know the speaker size, we know the style, and we have our style of listening. Now we can finally truly figure out what kind of speaker we want for our vehicle. In the description below, we've listed a couple websites for you to help you find that speaker. And the websites that we have also provide audio solutions for your vehicle. I highly recommend that you check it out, but let's go ahead and move on to number 2, or not number 2, number 3. So for number 3, we don't even need a vehicle. This can be used on your phone, your Bluetooth speaker, your headset, or your vehicle, your actual car and rear radio. What I'm talking about is streaming services, and streaming services are not created equal. So we're gonna use Spotify, we're gonna use YouTube Music, and if you wanna pay for it, title. But for freebies, that doesn't cost you anything, use Spotify and YouTube Music. And on the screen, I'm gonna have a demonstration on how to turn on that high fidelity mode and stream higher quality music. Play the same song on YouTube Music and Spotify. Start with Spotify. Play it 30 seconds, pause it. Play the second 30 seconds on YouTube Music. You will hear a huge increase by switching to YouTube Music. It sounds goofy until you try it. I know that was short and sweet and to the point, but man, you'd be surprised about how many people come in here missing that key piece of information, not realizing how much it truly does
impact your sound quality.
Guys, thank you for sticking to the end and watching the whole video. We appreciate all that you guys do for us. We're trying to hit 400 subscribers. We hope you like the new style of content. Make sure to stay up to date with us on all our social media, YouTube, Facebook, you know the drill. We'll see you next time.